Manish, Sarah from The Upcoming. Lovely to meet you. So tell me, what did it mean to you to be involved with this film?
Oh wow, it was a huge honor because I was representing, first of all, I was representing the Hindu perspective in the film, and also telling a story that's been relatively untold on screen. It's a huge part of Indian history. 14 million people displaced from their homes, almost 2 million people died. So it was a great honor to work on a film to honor them and their history.
Do you think it's important that this story is put on screen? It's sort of educational for some people.
Hugely important. This is a story that so many people in the world don't know about yet, and I'm hoping that this movie brings about that awareness because the effects of partition reverberate with families still to this day, and they will forever. So it's an important story to be told. Yeah.
And it's through the lens of this very human story, this love story. What was it like working with Huma?
It was great. She's incredibly talented and charismatic, and she was very fun to work with, very easy to work with, and we come from two very different styles of acting. Mine is from the West, and we sort of came together and sort of brought life into these characters, these fictional characters, and I think that that their story really does a great job at explaining what it means to be divided and what it means to try to overcome that.
And how did you prepare for the role? Was it something you had to research a lot about and then it came?
I believe the voice and I'm American, if you can't tell, so his voice and his movements, and also it's a time period piece, so it's a film that it's a very specific sort of accent almost. I mean, because the Indian accent today is very different than it was in 1947. So it's understanding those variables and trying to apply them to the character.
And your character goes through a lot of emotional turmoil in the film. Was that something that was a challenge as well to try and bring out?
Absolutely. I mean, he goes on this crazy journey. He starts out in the Viceroy's house as this young, hopeful, idealistic new recruit. And then he goes and he loses his mother. He loses the love of his life. He tries to get her back. He goes on this emotional roller coaster, and how he finds himself. Yeah, it really was. It was an intense journey for him. Yeah.
And what was it like working with Gurinder as the director?
Great. The unique thing about Gurinder is that she is so specifically and personally tied to the story because of her grandparents. So working with her, it made it more interesting to me because she was able to sort of provide information and documentation and stories that I otherwise would never have known about. But she told me these stories, and so I was able to sort of infuse that into my character.
And it feels like there is a thread of humor through the film. What was it like working with Hugh and Gillian in that respect?
Oh, great! I mean, I believe all of these people are going through this horrible reality, but they're still humans, and they still have a sense of humor, and they still have to be real and authentic. And I think that's where the humor comes from. Yeah.
Fantastic. Lovely to speak to you. Thank you so much.